Welcome to the Veg Champions Christmas. Today we're cooking with
Brussels sprouts. We need some Brussels sprouts, obviously. Some potatoes that have been peeled. An onion. Some spices. We're doing nutmeg. You can use oil, but we're using butter. Some milk, or you can use single cream, but it's optional. And then any kind of stock. We will be using a cube of veg stock.
We're going to chop everything fine so it cooks, and because this is a soup we are going to be blending it anyway, so we don't have to worry too much about how we cut it. Now we want to cook all this up. Before we do that, I'm going to get the veg stock ready. This one is about 400 or 500 mils of boiling water with the veg stock mixed in. So we'll get this ready to go before we start on the cooker. So the first thing that goes in is the fat that we're going to use to cook, and rather than using oil, we are going to use butter. It is a free choice. Now we're going to add the onions and the potatoes and cook them out a little bit for maybe 5-10 minutes. We don't need to colour them too much, we just want to cook them out. We do keep stirring every now and again to make sure they don't burn. Now it's time to put the Brussels sprouts in. Give them a couple more minutes. Now it's time to get the stock in there. This is a cream of Brussels sprout soup. One of the things that makes that is the blending, but another thing that can make it is adding some milk. We're going to add some milk now. That'll do for now. We'll some more. We can always add more later, so we're just going to see how it goes. And now to make this a proper winter soup, we're going to add the nutmeg. This needs to cook now until the potatoes and the Brussels sprouts are soft. So we want to have a little bit of a simmer. I'm going to put a lid on and then just turn this down and let it simmer for 5 or 10 minutes now. So just testing the potatoes, and the potatoes are nicely cooked. The Brussels sprouts are nicely cooked now. I've turned it off. If you are going to put this into a blender, you might want to let it cool down, but we're going to use a hand blender. Again, you might want to let it cool down a little bit, but here we go. Now's the time to start deciding whether we add more milk, more water, more salt, which is very unlikely because this has had veg stock in it, so there's quite a lot of it already.
Very hot.
It's very hot.
Very nice.
It's a little bit thick, isn't it? So what shall we... I don't think we'd add any more water. Shall we add a little bit of milk and cream?
I think a little bit of cream.
Yeah, so we're going to a little bit of cream first, and then maybe some milk just to thin it out as well. There we go. So we're using a single cream.
No.
A little bit more. There you go. That should be plenty. And then this should change the flavour, but it is still quite thick, isn't it? So then the potatoes are what have made it nice and thick. And so what we're going to do now is add a bit more milk until it's the consistency that we want it. A little bit more. There we go.
It's more than that.
Yeah. There we go, that is looking much more like the soup that we want it to be. So one last taste, hopefully, unless there's anything else we need to add.
That's my spoon.
Is it? Okay, do you want to swap around?
No.
No. Perfect. More nutmeg. More nutmeg. And so just an extra sprinkle of nutmeg to make it more wintry and Christmassy. There we go, that's plenty. Oh, that is perfect. So this could be a perfect Christmas week, New Year's week lunch, or any time during winter, or I'm going to do what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put this in the freezer, and then when we get back to work, and this is going to be my first lunch at work.